He winds and delivers. In there for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike. As we apologize once again to our fans here live on YouTube Live. Not sure what is going on here tonight, if the fireworks are giving our system some issues or what the problem is. I do apologize. The wind, the pitch, bounced up there. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here tonight, as the Pioneers have a 5-2 lead. Runs in the 5th and 6th inning for Watertown. Pioneers had 5 in the bottom of the 5th inning. As now Kester comes back set. Checks the runner at second. Kester steps off and heads back towards second base. 2 balls, 1 strike count, 2 outs. As Brendan Kester trying to work himself out of the top of the 6th inning. Kester comes back set. He winds and delivers. Cut on and hit out there towards left field. Backing up is Derigi. He has that one get over his head. Hits off the wall. Watertown's going to close the gap to 5-3. And a quick throw in will put the runner on second base. So Derigi unable to make the stop, as Jerubius will head his batting equipment over to the first. Or excuse me, that was Taylor who had that one. My apologies. 1 for 3 went to Rubius. Brandon. Excuse me, wrong again. So Trevor Fagan heads up here, as these YouTube issues have thrown me for a loop. As again, Taylor steps up and hits the double there, as this one from Trevor Fagan's back. Hit out there towards Derigi, and this time Derigi will make the catch. Fagan will go down 1 for 3, as Taylor got his RBI there. And again, the inning comes to an end. So Kester struggles to get through the 6th, as the Pioneers now lead 5-3. Again, we do apologize about these technological issues. I assume it has something to do with the fireworks here tonight, fans. And when we come back, you'll still be watching and listening to all the Elmira Pioneers on Mixlr.com. All right, fans. Well, welcome back here on YouTube.com. And again, welcome back to our fans on Mixlr.com. I truly have no explanation tonight, fans. I do apologize. We've not had these technology issues all season long, and now here we are on the 4th of July. And I have to assume it has to do with some interference from the fireworks. We had a scoreboard issue not too long ago, so my humble and complete apologies. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, the Pioneers bring up Trevor Henneman. Henneman 1 for 2 on the night, as he did get things started back an inning ago, as the Pioneers put up a 5 spot. Nambier pitching into his 6th inning of work, as now, again, Henneman will try to start things off as he did in the bottom of the 5th. The hit gets through, and Henneman now in back-to-back innings has singles. That'll bring up Brennan Derigi. Jarigi, who is 1 for 2 on the night. See what Jarigi can do here. As again, no outs. Runner on first. Pioneers lead 5-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. As Jarigi steps back up, he will head into the batter's box as Nambier. We said it once already, working into his 6th inning of work. The pitch laid down there by Jarigi is bunted into foul territory. No balls, 1 strike. See if Jarigi will try that one again, as there is the smell of fireworks in the air. So, no balls, 1 strike. As again, Nambier looking in. So, the windup and pitch from Nambier. Bunt is pulled back. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 the count here as the Pioneers trying to earn back a run or two. The 7th, 8th, and 9th inning coming up as the Pioneers have a 2-run lead. The pitcher that was working out down in the bullpen has since disappeared. The bunt is laid down towards third base, scooped up there by the third baseman, thrown to first, and though Brennan Jarigi advances the runner on the sacrifice, still will be out. And with the first out of the inning, that'll bring up Andrew Sexton. Sexton laid down a perfect bunt just an inning ago. He was able to reach first base and load the bases. As now Sexton comes back in the batter's box. He looks out. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. The wind, the pitch is in there for a ball. 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. As Nambier checks on the runner out at second. He winds and delivers. Taken for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Another Tioga Downs showdown. Tioga Downs, your only home for horse cart racing. Quite an event. Head on down there and check that out. As Nambier comes back set. Now he's got the sign. Winds and delivers. Cut on and grounded towards first base. That will stay fair. Advancing the runner, but putting Sexton back to the bench. 1 for 3. Jeff Mejia, who's 0 for 3 on the night, reached on an error. He hit a sac fly for an RBI and will now be looking to connect on a ball and earn himself his first hit of the evening. Mejia trying to bring in that runner from third as the Pioneers have a 5-3 lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The windup and the pitch in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here as smoke continues to fill historic Dunn Field. Nambiar comes set. He winds and delivers outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. As again, we continue to hear the fireworks raining around the outside of the ballpark. The windup, the pitch, inside, way inside on Mejia. 2 balls, 1 strike. As again, Mejia looking for a base hit to drive in the runner from third. The wind and the pitch, cut on and fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Downs showdown. As the Pioneers have the runner at third base, 90 feet from home. Still hearing the fireworks ripping and roaring here on our nation's birthday. The wind and the pitch, cut on, ground ball towards second base. Second baseman scoops it up, throws to first in time, and Mejia will go down yet again. At the end of 6 complete, 5-3 in favor of the Pioneers. They will head back to the field. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, so a brand new Pioneers pitcher takes the mound. Ben Terwilliger heads back in. He pitched last night. His ERA 2.53, 7 games, 4 starts, 21.1 innings, 7 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned, 21 bases on balls, and 30 strikeouts. Had a heck of a outing last night out of the bullpen. They let him work 1 inning. We'll see how long he's allowed to go here tonight. Danny DeMarzo will come up 0 for 1 with a base on balls. Does have a stolen base on the evening. As again, Terwilliger going to go back to work here. As Terwilliger comes set, he winds and delivers. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. So Terwilliger trying to get himself back on pace. He can definitely be used as a starter, but with a couple of exhibition games coming up, I'm sure the Pioneers will be a little bit more lax as he throws a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. May see him get a start on the weekend just to try to revitalize the confidence. We talked about it last night. Certainly got shelled against Geneva back on the Sunday first game. As the windup and the pitch, cut on, grounded down towards the third baseman, scooped up by Preston Moore, over to first and in time as we begin the 7th inning, just the way the Pioneers drew it up. DeMarzo goes down 0 for 2. That'll bring up Nate Chase. Nate Chase 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts on the night. As you know, Terwilliger would love to add another one to his repertoire here. Nobody warming in the pen, so Terwilliger has a little bit of a longer leash than the previous Pioneers pitcher. As again, Terwilliger coming set, he winds and delivers. Cut on and fouled back. No balls, 1 strike. Pioneers need 8 defensive outs to claim victory here tonight. As Terwilliger waiting. The ball boy running across the backside, and that's what the holdup was there. As Terwilliger now comes set. He winds and delivers. That one missed a little high, I guess. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Our next Tiger Down showdown. As we remind you, pretty great place to eat as well as gamble. The windup and the pitch. Fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 and 2, 1 out. As Terwilliger tries to work his way through the top of the 7th. After this inning comes the 7th inning stretch. We'll see what the Pioneers can do in the bottom half. Unable to answer back as Watertown put up a 2 spot back in the top of the 6th. Pioneers trying to keep them at zeros yet again. This one driven out, and that's going to be a hit for Nate Chase as Chase goes 1 for 3. That'll bring up Emil Matty. Matty, 1 for 3. He did hit a single, good enough for an RBI, but then was caught stealing as he had the ball thrown over, and the Pioneers were able to run him down. So Terwilliger has a runner on first base after that seeing eye single right through the middle of the infield. Matty steps into the batter's box. Matty, not an easy double play here as Terwilliger comes back set. He winds and delivers in there for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. 0-1 the count here as the Elmira Pioneers trying to get through the top of the 7th inning. Coming back set. The throw over to first is not in time as Terwilliger will go back to work. If the Pioneers can keep the lead right where it is now, they would quickly breeze through 6 offensive outs of their own. The hit, foul, and driven right towards the third baseman, caught, thrown over to first, and in time, the double play is completed as Emil Matty hits a line drive towards Preston Moore, who throws over to first and gets the runner. Pioneers head to the bottom of the 7th with the 5-3 lead intact. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, and a brand new pitcher for the Watertown Rapids as Drew Mead from Marymount enters the game. Mead, so far this season, 5.40 ERA, 3 wins, 1 loss in 8 appearances, 5 of them starts, 1 complete game, 1 shutout, 30 innings pitched, 37 hits, 22 runs, 18 of them earned, 10 bases on balls, and 17 strikeouts. So, Pioneers not going to have an easy time of it here in the bottom of the 7th. So this will bring up Brody Moore. Brody, tonight, 0 for 2, does have a base on balls. Brody Moore. Trying to time the new pitcher. We'll see what the Pioneers can do here. There is a new pitcher getting warmed up down in the Pioneers bullpen as well. So we'll see if Ben Terwilliger gets the nod for the top of the 8th or not. Brody 0 for 2 with a base on balls. We'll see what he can do here. As Brody Moore leading off an inning. He is 2 for 4. The windup and the pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. So no time wasted here by the new pitcher, Drew Mead. Mead comes back set. He winds and delivers. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike to Brody Moore. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Pioneers have the 5-3 lead. Trying to keep things going. The wind and the pitch. Grounded towards the second baseman. Picked up and thrown over to first as Brody Moore goes 0 for 3 on the day. That's going to bring up Preston Moore. Hate to jinx it, but Preston Moore is 1 hit away from the cycle. Of course, that 1 hit is a home run. A little bit hard to get here at historic Dunn Field. See what he can do here as Moore looks to complete the cycle here tonight. The wind, the pitch. Way outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Drew Mead appears to be very cognizant that Preston Moore, is 3 for 3 on the evening. The windup and the pitch. On the outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Our next Tioga Down showdown. As Preston waits on the pitch, the wind. In there, just off the outside corner, 2 balls, 1 strike. So again, Pioneers trying to cruise their way to victory here, 5-3 lead. As they're in the bottom of the 7th inning, the wind and pitch cut on there by Preston Moore. It's popped up in foul territory. Heading over there is Crick. He misses it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Preston Moore will get 1 more chance. As again, 1 hit away from the cycle. That 1 hit, a long ball. Never an easy one to get. But 3 for 3 on the night. You ask anyone, they'll take that any night of the week. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. As Preston Moore, who turned that amazing double play at the end of the top of the 7th, looks to keep things going offensively. The cut, he has it high and not quite far enough. Going to be caught by the right fielder. As that'll bring up Nathan Peng. Peng, 0 for 3 on the night. Looking to improve on his numbers here. He's caught a heck of a game, though. Peng has kind of played everywhere. We've seen him play second. We've seen him play short. We've seen him play left field. Now we've seen him catch as he attempts to put up some offensive numbers. The wind, the pitch, cut on by Peng, and that one's fouled away. I was just reminded by the man in the booth next to me that we've also seen him pitch, and he has had a heck of a time doing that as well. So, Peng, a literal 9-position player. The wind and the pitch, cut on and fouled away, 0-2. Not to mention, he's also designated hit a couple of times. So, we mentioned pitch. Thanks for that one again. As no balls, 2 strikes. They're just making sure that you know he pitched as well. The wind and the pitch. In there for a ball, 1 ball, 2 strikes. As once again, Pang stepping back. The wind and the pitch. Hit by Pang towards center right. That's going to get down, and Pang will have himself his first hit of the night. Pang rounds first and will stay right there. That'll bring Pang to 1-4. Garrett Schultz 0 for 3 on the night. Struck out, reached on an error. As again, Schultz will look for his first hit of the night. 2 outs already here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pang standing on first base. Leaves a wide gap open there in between first and second. As Schultz waits, the wind and the pitch. High, 1-0. Garrett Schultz has played quite a bit of right field for the Pioneers. The freshman to be at Xavier University will certainly come in and have a leg up, having played so much time here in the summer leagues. He takes strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. So again, Garrett Schultz looking. Got his sign from his manager down at third base. He waits, the pitch comes in, and that's outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. As again, Schultz steps in. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Pang standing on first. Pang is off and going. Schultz will foul that one off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Another Tioga Down showdown. As again, Schultz waiting. Coming back set is Drew Mead, trying to get himself out of the 7th inning. He winds and deals. Pang is off and going. Popped up there by Schultz, out towards shallow right field, towards the foul line, and just foul. As now, Schultz will head back in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, one more time. As the Elmira Pioneers trying to find a way to extend this inning. 5-3 lead for them as we sit here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Fireworks still going off in the distance. 10:19 p.m. We certainly got off to a late start here, folks. So if you tuned in late, you didn't miss much. The wind, the pitch, cut on and fouled back again as Garrett Schultz, like the Bee Gees, staying alive. As now, Schultz will step back in. As once again, Schultz will step in. The windup and the pitch, cut on and fouled away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As one more time, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. One more Tioga Down showdown as Garrett Schultz trying to keep it going. Umpire dusting off the plate here as Schultz takes a sign from his manager down at third base. That beautifully spray painted plate looking very white. As again, Mead waits, throws over to first, and nowhere near in time. Pang's lead was minimal at best. As now Mead looks back in. Schultz waiting. Mead comes set, winds, delivers, cut on, ground ball up the middle towards the shortstop, heads over to second, and will step on second base for the final out. Schultz will go 0 for 4 on the day. At the end of 7, it's a 5-3 lead in favor of the Pioneers. We're headed for the 8th when we come back. All right, fans. So we've got another new pitcher as Nathan Berg heads to the mound. Berg has a 1.13 ERA. He does have a win. He's got 3 saves. Certainly would have to earn it here, as he has pitched 8 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. That 1 run was earned, 2 bases on balls, and 7 strikeouts. Nathan has traditionally been the closer for the Pioneers. He's going to have to get 6 outs here if he wants to get the save. But certainly if he gets all 6 outs, he would be in line for the save here tonight. See what Berg can do here. As Quinn Buffington heads to left, we're seeing some changes made. I believe Mason Ruhlman down at second base now. So Mason Ruhlman took over at second base for Berg. As once again, the throwdown, Ruhlman makes the catch. And again, Quinn Buffington playing over at left field. As I look around, trying to spot if it appears as though DeRigi has left the game in favor of Buffington out there in left. So that will bring up the number 2 hitter in the Watertown lineup, Derek Kasperzak, and Nathan Berg going to have some work to do. So Berg steps onto the mound. He looks in, comes back set, and delivers outside. 1 ball, no strikes. As Berg will now get a visit from his catcher. Pang taking a cue from his last inning. He goes out to kind of get himself on the same page. So, Pang and Berg having a conversation. As now Pang will head back behind the dish, getting the mask back on. Wasting no time, as now Kasperzak steps in here. Kasperzak has had a successful night, 1 for 2, has a walk as well, as this is his 4th time through the order. The pitch is on the outside corner, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Berg will go right back to work here. Berg waiting. The windup and the pitch from Berg. Cut on, grounded towards the shortstop, scooped up there by Brody Moore, throws over to first. It's in. No, not in time. So Moore held onto that ball just a second too long as Kasperzak will make his way down to first base. Drake Smith will come up. Smith, 0 for 2 on the night. Has a strikeout and was hit by a pitch. As now, Berg will work with a runner on first. So, Smith looking out at Berg. Berg having to work with a runner on first base here. Usually when Berg comes into the game, there are runners on base. The windup and the pitch, cut on and hit out there towards left center field. Quinn Buffington on his horse makes the grab, and that will be the first out of the inning. That brings up James Crick. Crick, 0 for 3. Hold on, he's being called back. As now, there we go. He's got his weight off his bat. Had the donut still on there as he headed for the plate. So, 1 out. Runner stands on first base. The Pioneers with a 2-run lead here in the top of the 8th. 5 outs away from victory as Crick steps back into the batter's box. Berg looks in. Berg winds, throws over to first, and not in time. As again, the Elmira Pioneers trying to work their way through another inning of work here in the top of the 8th. The windup and pitch from Berg fouled away. And we remind you again to make the right decision. Insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. So Berg has Crick 0 for 1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Berg looks in. He checks on the runner over at first. The windup, the pitch, fouled away yet again. No balls, 2 strikes. As again, James Crick has been the best batter on the Watertown Rapids team, but tonight 0 for 3. Not doing a ton better than he did last night, as he went 1 for 5. The only hit came in as a double. The wind and the pitch from Berg, cut on and fouled away yet again back towards the parking lot. Reminding you one more time to make the right decision, insist on Gerber Collision and Auto Glass. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, as Nathan Berg tries to power his way through the top of the 8th inning. He comes set, checks the runner at first, and not in time again. As again, Berg has to go back to work. Berg stares in as he waits again, shakes off the sign from Peng, shakes him off again. Now he's got the one he likes, comes back set, moves quickly into his delivery, outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Berg goes back to work here. Top of the 8th inning, Pioneers leading by 2, just 5 defensive outs away from victory. Cut on, grounded, right back. Berg scoops it up, throws to second, and over to first. Double play as Berg gets Crick to ground into a double play and ends the top of the 8th. When we come back, the Pioneers go to bat one more time, up 5 to 3. You're listening to Pioneers Baseball on Mixlr.com. All right, so the Pioneers heading back to the batter's box as James Crick moves off of first base. He will pitch here in the bottom of the 8th. Pioneers have a 5 to 3 lead. And it appears as though the first batter of the inning will be the pitcher, Nathan Berg. So Berg will head for the batter's box. Believe he's still going to be followed by Henneman, and then I believe the next batter should be Quinn Buffington. So we'll have to see, as Berg will be the first one to the batter's box. 0-2, base on balls and a strikeout here tonight. We'll see what James Crick can do as he tries to keep the score right where it is here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Berg steps into the box. Crick looks out. As Berg is set, Crick comes set himself, winds and deals, cut on and missed by Nathan Berg, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike as the pitcher's squaring off. Both teams playing gorilla ball here. The wind and the pitch. In there for strike 2, no balls, 2 strikes. So Crick quickly moving through Nathan Berg here. The windup and the pitch. High and inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As the Pioneers hurler is now in the batter's box. Berg trying to keep the inning moving. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes one more time here. As fireworks rip and roar out there in Elmira. See if we get another smoke cloud rolling in. That certainly aided the Pioneers a little bit earlier here. The wind and the pitch. Cut on and connected out towards center field. It's going to be caught by the center fielder, as that will bring Berg 0 for 3 on the night. Trevor Henneman, the next man up, 2 for 3. Both of his hits when he was a leadoff hitter back in the 5th and 6th inning for the Pioneers. Henneman's first hit really started a catalyst for the Elmira Pioneers, as they would go on to score 5 runs in that bottom of the 5th inning. So we'll see what Crick can do with Henneman here. Crick certainly coming in throwing gas. As again, he winds and delivers. Low and outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Crick has pitched a number of times this year, 4 as a matter of fact, and had 2 starts. Does have 2 wins and a loss in his appearances. The wind, the pitch, cut on and fouled off. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Another Tioga Down showdown, as the Pioneers trying to extend this bottom of the 8th inning. Pioneers are 3 defensive outs away from victory here tonight. The windup and pitch is in there for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As again, Elmira has Henneman stepping back in. Crick coming back set. He winds and delivers. Cut on. Ground ball towards the shortstop. Scooped up, thrown over. This is not going to be in time, and Henneman will reach. 5-3 lead, as Henneman now goes 3 for 4 on the day. This is the Derigi spot of the lineup, so Buffington will step up. Buffington back to wearing his usual number 2, as now he bats with runner on base. In that situation, Buffington this year batting just $160. He's got 25 at bats, 3 RBIs. So Buffington certainly known for his speed. Wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt for a hit here. Saw that a little bit earlier from Andrew Sexton. As Buffington steps up. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Taking the lead is Henneman. The wind and pitch from Crick is in there for a strike. 1-1-1. Another Tioga Down showdown, as Buffington steps back in. He looks. Crick coming back set. He winds and delivers. Cut on by Buffington. Popped up. This is falling in, as the runners will advance first and second base. Buffington 1 for 1 on the night. That's going to bring up Andrew Sexton. Sexton 1 for 3 as he comes up to the dish. Sexton to be followed by Mason Ruhlman. Sexton earlier tonight had runners on first and second, laid down a bunt and made it to first himself. See if he can do that yet again, or if he goes for the swing here. As Sexton comes in. Sexton heads back for home plate. As once again, Sexton will go to work. As again, runners on first and second. 1 man out. Sexton trying to keep it going. That one bounces up. 1 ball, no strikes. The throw down to second is not in time, as Henneman able to scratch his way across back to second base. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, as Sexton taking some practice cuts. The runners will take their lead. Henneman, not the speediest of runners, but certainly could swipe a base if nobody's paying attention. Crick winds and deals. Cut on. Popped up. towards shallow left. Shortstop heading out. The left fielder comes on and makes the catch. So Sexton will go down 1 for 4 on the night. That is going to bring up Mason Ruhlman. Ruhlman stepping up to the dish. His first attempt at the dish tonight. Ruhlman comes up. Runners on first and second. Would love to get the bat on the ball. 2 outs now in the inning. As Ruhlman waits. The first pitch in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. So Ruhlman 0-1 count. As Crick comes back set. He winds and delivers. Cut on. Grounded up the middle. Played by the shortstop. Ruhlman trying to beat it out, and he is unable to do so. That brings us to the end of 8 full innings. Pioneers lead 5-3 as we head for the top of the 9th. We'll be right back here on Mixlr.com. That's going to bring up Vinny DeRubius. DeRubius 1 for 3 on the day. Does have an RBI. See what he can do here. So as once again, Berg looking for a 6-out save. Cut on, popped up. First pitch of the inning. Mason Ruhlman has a beat on it. Makes the catch. And the Pioneers are 2 outs from a 3-game win streak. Brandon Taylor will be the next man up. 1 for 3, has a strikeout and an RBI on the night. As again, Taylor heads up to the dish. Pioneers going to be trying to find a way to close this one out. 1 out already up. As Taylor, first pitch is by catcher Pang. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. As Pang waits. Berg still out there on the mound. The windup and the pitch. Cut on, ground ball down towards first. Scooped up, it is fair, and that is out number 2. Pioneers are now just 1 out away from claiming the victory, and Berg is looking to earn his 4th save of the year. That comes down onto Trevor Fagan. Fagan 1 for 3 on the night as the Pioneers trying to close the door. Berg looking in. 1 out away from a 6-out save. The windup and the pitch. Cut on, popped up, and foul. No balls, 1 strike. As the Pioneers trying to close this out. Hasn't been an easy one for the Pios so far. As now, Berg comes set, the line, the pitch, cut on, popped up towards shallow right. Mason Ruhlman makes the grab, and the Pioneers have won it. Pios win here on July 4th, 5-3, and the Elmira Pioneers head out on a 3-game winning streak. It has been a great day for the Elmira Pioneers The game started a little bit late, but they'll take that as the Pioneers claim victory here tonight. 5-3, 2 in a row over the Watertown Rapids. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. A happy July 4th. Enjoy the holiday safely. I'm John Clement. We will talk to you tomorrow as the Elmira Pioneers take on the moniker of Team USA to face Team Canada. You've been listening to the Pioneers on Mixler.com. Good night, Elmira.